YouTube is a Google-owned online video sharing and social media network based in the United States. Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jod Karam founded it on February 14, 2005. It is the second most visited website in the world, immediately behind Google. YouTube has over 1 billion monthly users who watch more than 1 billion hours of video every day. As of May 2019, more than 500 hours of video content were being uploaded per minute. YouTube was purchased by Google for $1.65 billion in October 2006. YouTube's economic model has also evolved as a result of Google's ownership. It no longer produces revenue only from adverts. Instead, it now offers paid content, such as movies and exclusive YouTube content. YouTube Premium, a paid subscription service that allows users to watch content without advertisements, is also available. YouTube and approved producers are both members. Individuals create the majority of the material, including collaborations between YouTubers and business sponsors. Disney, Paramount Global, and Warner Media have all developed and grown their corporate YouTube channels to reach a wider audience. YouTube has had a massive social impact, affecting pop culture, internet trends, and spawning multi-billion-dollar personalities. YouTube has been heavily criticized despite its rapid history. In the years 2005-2006, the company was founded and began to flourish. Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jod Karam developed YouTube. The trio was all early workers of PayPal, which benefited them once eBay purchased the company. Hurley had majored in design at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and Chen and Karam had majored in computer science at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. According to a widely circulated account, Hurley and Chen came up with the idea for YouTube in the early months of 2005, after having trouble uploading films filmed at a dinner party at Chen's residence in San Francisco. Karam was not present and denied that the party took place, but Chen stated that the idea that YouTube was formed after a dinner party was significantly bolstered by marketing ideas around building a highly consumable tale. The Super Bowl '58 halftime show incident, in which Janet Jackson's breast was briefly exposed by Justin Timberlake during the halftime show, inspired Karam to create YouTube, he added. Karam was unable to locate video clips of the incident or the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami on the internet, prompting the creation of a video sharing service. Hurley and Chen said the original concept for YouTube was a video version of an online dating service, and that the website Hot or Not had impacted them. They advertised on Craigslist that they were looking for attractive ladies to upload films of themselves to YouTube in exchange for a $100 prize. Because it was difficult to obtain enough dating videos, the site's creators decided to allow video submissions of any kind. YouTube began as a technology startup backed by venture finance. The company raised money from a variety of investors between November 2005 and April 2006, with Sequoia Capital, $11.5 million, and Artis Capital Management, $8 million, being the two largest. In San Mateo, California, YouTube's early headquarters were located above a pizzeria and a Japanese restaurant. The company launched in February 2005. On April 23, 2005, the first video was uploaded. It's still there on the site, titled Me at the Zoo, and it features co-founder Jod Karam touring the San Diego Zoo. The startup opened a public beta in May, and by November, a Nike ad featuring Ronaldinho had surpassed 1 million total views. The site was formally launched on December 15, 2005, and by that time it had received 8 million daily views. Clips were limited to 100 megabytes at the time, with as little as 30 seconds of footage allowed. YouTube was not the first video sharing site on the internet, contrary to common assumption. Vimeo was started in November 2004 albeit it remained a side project of its developers from College Humor at the time and did not grow significantly. The Lonely Island sketch Lazy Sunday was shown on NBC Saturday Universal's Night Live on the week of YouTube's launch. In addition to boosting Saturday Night Live's ratings and long-term viewership, Lazy Sunday's prominence as an early viral video helped establish YouTube as a significant website. By February 2006, unofficial YouTube copies of the skit had accumulated more than 5 million views before being withdrawn at NBC Universal's request 2 months later due to copyright concerns. Although the duplicate uploads of the skit were later removed, they helped to popularize YouTube's reach and led to the upload of more third-party content. The site flourished quickly, with the firm announcing in July 2006 that more than 65,000 new films were being submitted every day and that the site was garnering 100 million daily video views. The use of the domain name www.youtube.com confused a website with the same name, www.youtube.com. Universal Tube and Rollform Equipment, the proprietor of that site, launched a lawsuit against YouTube in November 2006, claiming that it was constantly overloaded by users looking for YouTube. Universal Tube's website was later renamed www.youtubeonline.com. The era of Broadcast Yourself, 2006-2013, Google announced the acquisition of YouTube for $1.65 billion in Google stock on October 9, 2006. On November 13, 2006, the agreement was signed. Google's purchase sparked renewed interest in video sharing services, and IAC, which now owns Vimeo, concentrated on assisting content creators to set themselves apart from YouTube. The tagline "Broadcast Yourself" was coined around this time by YouTube. The corporation grew at a breakneck pace. According to the Daily Telegraph, YouTube consumed as much bandwidth in 2007 as the entire internet did in 2000. According to ComScore, by 2010, the company had a market share of roughly 43% and had had over 14 billion video views. The company simplified its UI that year to maximize the number of time customers spent on the site. More than 3 billion videos were watched every day in 2011, with 48 hours of new videos uploaded every minute. However, the majority of these views came from a small number of films. At the time, a software engineer estimated that 30% of videos accounted for 99% of site views. The company modified its interface again that year, as well as introduced a new logo with a darker shade of red. In 2013, a new user interface was introduced to unify the experience across desktop, television, and mobile devices. By that time, more than 100 hours per minute were being uploaded, a figure that would rise to 300 hours by November 2014. The corporation had some organizational adjustments during this time. YouTube relocated to a new location in San Bruno, California, in October 2006. Hurley announced that he will be stepping down as CEO of YouTube to take on an advising position, with Salar Kaminger taking over as CEO in October 2010. YouTube teamed with Vivo in December 2009. Lady Gaga's Bad Romance became the most viewed video in April 2010, and on May 9, 2010, it became the first video to exceed 200 million views. The new CEO of YouTube, 2014 present. In February 2014, Susan Wojcicki was named CEO of YouTube. YouTube purchased a $215 million office park in San Bruno in January 2016 to expand its headquarters. The complex has a total area of 51,468 square meters, 554,000 square feet, and can accommodate up to 2,800 workers. In August 2017, YouTube unveiled the Polymer revamp of its user interfaces, which uses the Material Design language as its default, as well as a revised logo based on the service's play button icon. During this time, YouTube experimented with many additional revenue streams other than adverts. YouTube started a trial program in 2013 to allow content creators to establish premium, subscription-based channels on the network. This project was put on hold in January 2018 and then reintroduced in June with $4.99 channel subscriptions. These channel subscriptions were added to the current Super Chat feature, which allows viewers to donate $1 to $500 to have their comments emphasized. YouTube announced a subscription service called Music Key in 2014, which combined ad-free music streaming on YouTube with the current Google Play Music service. YouTube Red, a new premium service that would offer ad-free access to all content on the platform. Succeeding the Music Key service launched the previous year, premium original series and films produced by YouTube personalities, as well as background playback of content on mobile devices, continued to evolve in 2015. YouTube Music, a third app aimed at streaming and discovering music material available on the YouTube network, was also introduced. The corporation also made an effort to design products that would appeal to specific types of visitors. In 2015, YouTube launched YouTube Kids, a mobile app developed just for kids. It has a simple user interface, curated channel selections with age-appropriate content, and parental control options. YouTube Gaming, a video gaming-focused vertical and app for videos and live streaming, was created in 2015 to compete with Amazon. Common Twitch. On April 3, 2018, a shooting occurred at YouTube's headquarters in San Bruno, California, injuring 4 people and killing 1, the shooter. 2019 present. Consolidation and controversy per day. 1 billion hours of video were seen on YouTube, and 400 hours of video were uploaded every minute by February 2017. After 2 years, the upload rate had climbed to around 500 hours per minute. During the COVID-19 epidemic, when the majority of the globe was ordered to stay at home, YouTube usage skyrocketed. According to one research firm, YouTube accounted for 15% of all internet traffic, which was twice its pre-pandemic level. In response to EU officials' requests that such services reduce bandwidth to ensure that medical entities have enough bandwidth to share information, YouTube and Netflix announced that they would reduce streaming quality for at least 30 days to comply with the EU request to reduce bandwidth use of their services by 25%. We continue to work closely with governments and network operators throughout the world to do our part to minimize stress on the system during this unique scenario, YouTube said afterward. The FTC fined the corporation $170 million in 2018 after a complaint alleging violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, for collecting personal information from youngsters under the age of 13. YouTube was also compelled to develop procedures to protect the privacy of youngsters. On January 6, 2020, YouTube began treating all videos labeled "Designed for Kids" as liable under COPPA in response to objections to its implementation of those systems. In 2021, the business added a supervised option to the YouTube Kids app aimed mostly at tweens. In an attempt to compete with TikTok, YouTube has also launched YouTube Shorts, which allows users to produce short videos set to music. During this time, YouTube had disagreements with other digital firms. In 2018 and 2019, there was no YouTube app for Amazon Fire devices for over a year. After the two firms were unable to reach an agreement, Roku pulled the YouTube TV app from its streaming store in 2020.